Hello, everyone. Hope you are well on this Sunday morning. I'm going to get right into it. Never forget, never forget what was perpetrated on humanity just a few years ago. And it feels like it's coming back. And it just feels like it to me. I could be wrong. It feels like we're being set up. We're being teed up for this next one coming. I'll go more into that. Also, I have a very good passage that I will share with you that I believe will give you a lot of encouragement. So stay tuned for that, I promise. Also, I saw a story a while ago about a mass shooting overnight in Akron, Ohio. Over 27 people wounded. It said only one death so far, but Akron, Ohio, what's going on in Akron? It sounded like a residential area and it happened after midnight. These things seem to happen overnight or after midnight. Got to be careful. Ms. Dawg and I were coming back from running errands yesterday afternoon. We got home about 7 p.m. We were joking when we pulled in the driveway, like we're like old folks, home before dark. But that's just the way. I mean, yeah, getting older has something to do with it, I'm sure. But I just don't want to be out later. I don't care where I am. I just don't care. I don't want to be. I'm a homebody pretty much. I mean, really. But anyway, share your thoughts on that. Also, okay, back to it. I digress for a minute. Never forget, never forget the tyranny that was perpetrated on people, on not just in this country, Canada, everywhere, really. Especially seems like the Western countries, but I think it was everywhere pretty much. I saw this quote this morning. Now, get this, y'all. This character, Tedros, the head of the WHO, he said, now listen to this, quote, I think it's time to be more aggressive in pushing back on anti-vaxxers. I think they use COVID as an opportunity and, all the havoc they're creating. Excuse me? The havoc that we're creating by saying no? Okay. Project much? Projecting a little bit there, sir? My message to Mr. Tedros here is you can come over here and kick rocks, man. Come right over here to North Georgia in this county where I live in and kick rocks. You have no power here. You are dismissed. Bye. And that's the way it's going to be. How about that one? How about that nugget to start off with? Share your thoughts on that. Never forget, like I said, and I'm gonna remind you a few years ago, and I'm probably gonna leave some things out. Y'all remind me, but lockdowns, masks, that didn't work. The children, making these children do this and the impact it had on their education, their development, their social development. I mean, think about that. Close schools, you close churches, arrest pastors for continuing to have services outdoors. At the same time, it's okay to go to Walmart or Target. Businesses shut down. Like I said, churches shut down. Families not allowed to visit their sick loved ones in the hospital while they die with a ventilator on their face. The scare tactics, the elective surgeries that were canceled. What impact did that have on people's health? Things that were missed, maybe a cancer that was missed. Who knows? And intimidation, all the pressuring. You got to do this. You got to do this. You got to do what they say. You got to take the medicine. My favorite is the directional arrows on the floor in the stores. You got to walk down this aisle this direction. I said no, never did it. I got some looks, but they didn't say anything. If they did, I wouldn't have cared. I'd have continued. I wouldn't even respond. And they didn't say anything. I'll do it again when that happens, and it'll happen again. I'll go into that in a minute. Never forget, there are people to this day, Probably have neighbors, even family members that will sign a petition to put you away in jail or the sanitation department for not following orders, for not obeying, for not bending a knee to the madness. Sanitation department, a reference to the movie Songbird. If you haven't seen the movie Songbird, it's a woozy. Check it out. I think I watched it free on YouTube, actually. But it was made a few years ago, and yeah, it'll resonate with you, especially now. All right. It's interesting. Um, but I think I have a feeling that we're being teed up, we're being set up again. And I think they're going to put a twist on it. I don't know exactly what it's going to be. There's continued talk about this disease X. There's a third case, human case of the bird flu. A second person in Michigan, a farm worker, is reported as being sick. And this time they're reporting respiratory symptoms, coughing, eye discomfort. Also, there was a person in Australia that has the bird flu now. Sounds like a young person, a child in Victoria, confirmed first case of H5N1 bird flu in Australia. At the same time, they are killing chickens by the thousands. Not just here, in other countries as well. Australia too, big farms. Going back to that child that had it, they're also, well, kind of related to that. In South Australia, they've declared code yellow, a COVID emergency. Now, it's fall, winter there, so just flu season. But they're declaring this yellow alert, canceling elective surgeries. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? A new wave, they say, a new wave of this is coming. It has smashed our hospitals, they say. Respiratory illnesses, pneumonia, heart failure, viral illnesses are being reported there. They said that 270 hospital staff are sick. 140 patients are sick with this stuff. The flu, you say? I mean, isn't it flu season, fall, winter? I'm just saying it again. It feels like we're being set up. It's a very familiar feeling. They keep on talking about the bird flu, and and this is very similar to how it started. Things started the last time. Now, what kind of spin are they going to put on it? I don't know. But I will tell you, as soon as they start talking about mail-in voting, whew, you know it's in. You know it's the fix is in. If you know what I mean there. Think about the timing. It's the selection. I mean, election time of year. So we've got to do everything. Two things. Well, more than two things, but we've got to take care of our health. I can do better at that too. Um, Spiritual prep, of course. Say no, like I opened this video up with. We have to continue do what we did. Many of us did. Most of us did back a few years ago. No, I'm not playing along with this. No, a mandate. You say, okay, have fun with that. I'm not. I'm not going to put the thing on my face. No, no, sir. Now there were times I had to where I worked before for employment, and I did just for that. Now as soon as I walked out the door, that's off. So but out in public, taking a certain type of treatment, no, 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 I'm not going to do it. Uh, no. In Iowa, over 4 million chickens are killed. Were killed. Health, your immune system. Got to take care of ourselves. Think about some things that you could shore up on. Winter gear, winter stuff. It'll be here before you know it, man. It will be here before you know it. your boots, your vehicles, uh, the essentials like that, your vitamins. Make sure we're caught up on that kind of thing. We filled in some holes yesterday. We went out and got some things. It was striking. We went into Home Depot yesterday, y'all, for a couple of things. We're continuing to do the bolster and do some things out in our back part of on our property. And I was taken aback by the lack of people in there. Usually it's bustling in there. And we're still in kind of that spring and the summer, going into summer. And it was a Saturday afternoon. I could park just about wherever I wanted to park. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Now, granted, into the school year, people are out with the kids doing their things now, vacations or whoever can afford to go on vacations. I don't know how they're doing it, by the way. I don't know how people with kids are doing it. How are you even buying groceries, much less going to the beach? Who's paying for that? I don't know. We're just regular people here. I mean, Miss Dawg and I work our butts off. Our combined income, it used to allow us to save stuff and do things and actually go somewhere sometimes. But now it's like we're trying to make hard decisions. Like, do we do this or do we, well, no, we want to pay this off, or we want to put this back, or we want to save this. So we're staying at home. I don't get it. Okay, I digress. I went on a rant. I'm going to go to a verse here in a minute. Okay, maybe I should just do that now. Anyway, share your thoughts on these things, but again, never forget, because I think we're about to be reminded. Yeah, in a rude way. All right. All right, y'all. Y'all ready for this? It's Sunday. I wear the same hat, if you haven't noticed. I wear the same hat every Sunday, pretty much every Sunday. Faith over fear. There's a lot of angst out there. There's a lot of people angry, and the week we just had, okay, there's a lot of debate going back and forth. People are angry and pissed and this and that and worry. And I'm concerned too. I'm concerned too. People are like making comment. I've never had so many trolls, y'all. It's more than ever. And I don't know what to make of that. I think I know what to make of that. I won't rehash it right now, but it's something else. Okay. Psalm chapter 46, verse 10 and 11. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress. But that verse 10 in particular, be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. God is speaking right there. Just remember, with all the things going on this earth, in this world, it is so broken. The nation's broken. It's not a new thing. We live in a broken world. And this verse just reminds me that God is sovereign. He is in charge. He will be exalted. And he is the one we need to focus on, and his gift to us, that is Christ. And that is the hope. We live in a nation, and not just the United States, other nations. I know y'all in Canada and Europe, most in Australia. Our nations are broken, but and that concerns us, and we get worked up about it. I know, but we at the end of the day, we belong to Him. We belong to our Lord, and that's what's going to matter down in the long run, in the end, right? And it never ends for us. So just keep that in mind, and it will uplift you. I hope it does. I hope that helped. Share your thoughts. Let's stay close to Jesus. Be careful out there. God bless you. I'll see you soon.